Alright. Let's put this in the right spot. Get it renamed. Then we can continue with Terra Nil. Key was provided by Tinsley PR for Devolver Digital. And this is the last of the maps. Last of the alternate maps, last of the maps in general. That's intriguing. There is no dredging. But that doesn't... It says that I can build there, and then it's like, no, you can't. Okay, that's just... as... Now I have act 2 of them. That actually should be access to all 3 of them. Alright. I mean, better act. That's one. Oh, there's 109, 111. 111. Hello. That is one thing that's kind of neat about this, is because I know that there's no benefit to you can't. Nothing can be built on top of the building. Well, nothing can grow on top of the building, so I know that I can build stuff up there, and it won't. I'm not blocking anything, I think, but I need to properly explain that. Yeah. There. Let's see if I can get back. It's also not that great, but take that back. Nice. Right there. This is not... Also doesn't help you really can't see much. There's so much blocking. Did not realize that would be the case. That the radiation blocks toxin cleaning too. Alright. Ugh. Oh wait, no. There we go. Yeah, that's not... Oh, I need to up the humidity. It's 10%. 14. So 14 would be it. Raise it. But I still want the humidity. Yeah, higher in it. Okay. What? What did I just undo? Okay, I think I broke something. Yeah. Alright. What do you wait? So I just need... Oh, that's not... temperature and higher. How can I increase temperature? What's this? Why do I need to go? So you want a higher. I need to get over 10. Okay. So I want to try to get to, but I need to put those down before it gets quite that. Okay, you're in. So wait. What are you talking about that? Oh, how is that too large? Am I supposed to, do I need to like cut that in half? I can't. Not even an option. Yeah, what am I? Four would be. Hey, that will work. That's too large, but I also have it mostly covered anyway. Yeah, that's not. Oh, wait, there actually is a channel. That I can clear. There. Now you want better. Well, you already have. 41. Sure, you can. Wow, that was actually easy, all things considered. Normally, it does not go that. This first. I don't really have many good places to put it, do I? Do I have... Okay, I do. It's like, do I have anywhere to put it? Bamboo near a glade. What counts as a glade? I do not have a kelp for. And I don't think I have any ability to make one. You want to eat that. Do that. We also have them down here. Okay. All right. I think just clear out all of them. Oh, crap. Thought I had clicked on that one. Yeah. Alright, that's it. That was quick. It did help that I could build things on top of the buildings, because as I said, nothing green grows on them. So that was certainly an advantage. It just made it a lot easier to put things down. There was less thought in, like, oh, is this going to cost me anything? No, it was all basically a bonus. Yeah. Achievement unlocked, urban renewal. but it is I've now got all 4 pips there. I've done every map. Is that all? I guess so. Alright, then I'm gonna quickly... Oh, that's right. Like, customs. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, that... It should be removing that. That's a bug. It is a very minor bug. I'd actually be surprised if they don't already know about that. I'm just gonna take a couple screenshots of that. That's not making it into the review kind of bug. It is too damn minor for that. But I may just like want to check to make sure that it is reported, is known. I'm not actually going to play. I just want to see one thing. Because it does look like, unfortunately, there is nothing more to the game. So all that. Okay, so this stuff is unlocked immediately. So that is good. Huh. Intriguing. But it still is... Yeah. What is screenshot? I have no idea where to put it. Okay, the game just like froze. I mean, true, I'm all tabbing, but I mean, it's gone black and it's not apparently doing it. Oh, that's silly. Yeah, back to me. Oh, then technically I can come back. What exactly does Zen mode? I don't know. And I also don't know what can take. You know what? It's good. Let's actually turn that on. Let's turn on both those. Let's see what that does. Yeah. Like, is Zen mode a... There's no cost? I mean, it did seem like it locked out the starting resource. Yes, it looks like it did. What does... Sure. Train. But seriously, what I... I should have also... So in theory, though, I am, like, just free to do whatever, which is kinda... Well... Kind of, but not really what I wanted. Okay. all the water except for that one spot. I mean, it still is because I don't have the ability to just recycle stuff at the moment. Okay, so that's the contextual stuff. I don't care. Oh, yeah. It is a thing. But I do still feel... So, I don't want unlimited resources. That's not what my criticism would be, or has been. My criticism is that you... Like, I can't just put this down. I can't just do some of the terraforming stuff. Like, I mean, what can I do about back here? Absolutely nothing. I mean, it just occurred to me, I don't have this stuff over here. Is that just not until I make it all green? I mean, it's possible. I don't really like that possible. But it's possible. Well, that can do this to some power here. Set a thought. There. If I do that, I can get the water up here. Which then allows me to do more of this. There's still more power. I can figure out how to get this. That might not be so bad. I know I'm gonna progress here, but Yeah, let's actually start, greening things, I guess. That'd be a bad idea. It is nice not having any money concern. Just of every other kind. Do that so I know the water's going back there. And yeah, that's all. So. I mean, I can, so why not try to get everything? This is like really awesome. See, it isn't how things are aligning. more or less as good as it can get. There's just straight up no requirement. Wow. I don't really like it that way, because that also means you don't have to decide it. Wait, I do? Okay. Alright, wait, do you count that as... No. I'm trying to figure out about the marker. I don't see one for how much I'm supposed to be getting out of that. It's gonna get less. Go. The only choice I have is burn up here. Everywhere else it's kinda gonna get worse. And the vein is fighting again. And also try to ignite down here. And just up there. There we go. Not sure if I have a light. Probably because I just can't see. Yeah, I completely hesitant. But that is why I reported it. Aha. And that bear was what? I think all of these are loading docks. On places that everything will be covered. I just need to wait. I think I can. Oh, you got it. Even got stuck there. I'm definitely stuck. I was not expecting Zen mode to be quite like, well, I guess it's the only thing that Zen mode could have. And I guess if you want to get to 100%, assuming it doesn't block that. Does not. It is a way to do that. So yeah, I guess Zen mode disables the thing, Zen mode disables the percentage changes. I want to find out what the contextual. But I got no. Yeah, that. But it's probably Zen mode that's actually safe. But let's see. In theory, I might be able to turn it on. Yeah. Which that's silly. It should. There's no reason for it not to show that. Yeah, I have no idea what. And there's no help text either. So. Okay, I'm actually gonna leave Zen mode on for now. Yeah. Oh, it counts down. Because like if I come back to do these two to actually get 100%, I'll want those. And as I think about it, that's actually gonna be a good idea for me to do. Because I'm not gonna be able to do any writing tomorrow on the review. Tomorrow's gonna be very busy with other things. I'll have to get to it the day after, which, you know, if I have those to do, have these other things for me to do there, then it's like, you know, I'm good. I can just do those. That'll refresh me on things. Man, I don't know if I want to make this a 1 or a 2. You know, no, I'm leaning towards 1, and here's why. I've gotten this done in basically a day. I did like 1 thing or 2 things last night. All the rest has been. That is very fast. And it's kind of the whole justification of spending your time on this when it's like, I'm already done. I'm just like, Steam says I've played for 10.2 hours, and it's basically, I'm done. And I get how this is something that it is kind of quick. I can understand that, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, you could also expand it by like having larger maps, by having a more fully unlocked mode where it's like you want to build anything, or you want to have a mega biome, let's say a mega region, where it's like you have all the potential for all the biomes in there, a kind of playground like that, that's still refreshing, like procedurally generated. I mean, not refreshing, procedurally generated. Stuff like that would increase the time to spend in it. Would increase the fun. I mean, I'm I know it sounds so weird, but it's like legitimately larger map sizes, so there's more for you to do. You've got, so it's, the restrictions are pushed out, but they're not really changed, I guess is one way to think of it. I do think that the game would benefit from that. But it's just as it is, I don't think I can, not that I haven't had fun, but it's like I can't really say, yeah, this is a game worth spending your time. It needs more for that. And things like what I was just saying. A mega region that has all of them, or even just, like a truly random region, like a hybrid region where it's just any two can be in there, but you'd need a much larger map size to really handle that. Because some of the smaller stuff, some of the small biomes that you build are designed so they complement each other, sort of, in that there's some sort of connection to them. I mean, the simplest way to put it is the Arboretum, because you need to start a fire going, and sometimes the best way to do that is you build a different biome, and then it's like that spreads into a larger area. You zap that, so that now it's one section is burned, not all of it, and then you build the Arboretum there. So you do have elements like that. Yes, you can also use the dehumidifier. That's not always the easiest option. So yeah, it is just in this weird kind of place where that stuff is nice, but I do feel that having it be more open, have larger map size, a completely random stuff there, giving you every tool, and like really sandboxing it, I think would benefit the game. I think that would make it a more fun experience. As opposed to, let me put it like this. I'm going to put in my notes. In fact, I'll put it in there right now. This should not be considered a strategy game, but rather a puzzle game. Because that's genuinely far more what it is. It's like, I've said in other things, a stealth game is a puzzle game, or stealth challenges in games are puzzles. That's trying to figure out the most efficient way to do things. That's exactly what this is. Unfortunately, some of this is, some of the puzzles there, the complexity is much deeper than the game really should have it be. You should not have the situation of you need like 2, 3, 4 decisions to make before you can get to the thing that you're actually trying to get to, and you can only undo one, and you don't have a clear grid view. I mean, it's like it forces way too much planning into the mind of the player without tools to support that planning. And yeah, I mean, I guess it would boil down to larger maps with potentially greater variety. Like, let all the regions come together in one. Give full access to tools in larger maps, so sandbox. And there was another. I may have just covered. I know that when I thought of the 3 points, I'm tired. When I thought of the 3 points, it's like, yeah, one of them is kind of similar. But yeah, I mean, it's. Let me check one. I don't know. I just want to see what the price was. I don't know. I don't know. That's not necessarily a great price. It is a game that has potential. That's why it would be a 1 or 2. But it is just, I don't think it is tapping the potential enough that I can't. I'm not sure if I can really recommend it. I'm not feeling it. And it is also, I'm like, in theory, hypothetical, it could have, I hit 100%, and then that unlocks some of the stuff I'm saying I'd like to see. The problem is, I think most people would stop playing before reaching that. That it's not. it's not as engaging as I wish it was. In part because it's just the layers of complexity are deep, and there isn't something that pierces through it short of just trial and error, and that's not fun. I mean, one of the beautiful things about video games is that you're also the architect of the experience. So you can come up with these systems where it's like, yes, technically the complexity is layers deep, but at the same time, you can put in the holes that go through all of them so that it doesn't feel that complex. It actually is, but it doesn't feel that complex. So things like being able to put markers down to show you the radius of things. Being able to see the grid. Having a deeper undo would be nice, but that's, kind of here nor there. Because, I mean, if you could mark better, like, if you could somehow mark what the radius is of the toxin scrubber, and that way then you try to optimally place it, but you first need to, like, figure out, okay, where am I going to put the sandbar, kind of thing. But it's like, can I move the sand, like, some way to mark what the space is? And it's like, okay, this is where the toxin scrubber should go, so I need to put the sandbar in this spot to put that there. That would be something that would be really helpful. And it's like, yes, there's technically 2 layers of complexity here. It needs to be a spot that the sandbar can be placed, and then needs to be, the optimal placement of the scrubber. But if you can plan out where to put the scrubber and then optimize because the scrubber is kind of a bit trickier, then optimize the sandbar. It's like you pierced through that. So now, yes, the complexity is there, but you pierce through it, so it's much more approachable. It's much easier to actually wrap your head around and do optimally, as opposed to just, oh yes, I know that this is how large it is, so I want to target around here. It's like, no, don't make the player have to remember. I will also admit, though, that I am somebody that when I design certain things, I will, even if it's very complex, I will start then thinking about, okay, how can we take advantage of this complexity to make it approachable? It sounds silly, it sounds paradoxical, but it gets interesting to do things that way, to look at things that way, because you end up actually, like, building a stronger and stronger foundation then. Because you start having to think about, okay, more ways things can interact with each other, and yeah. So, like, one thing that I could also see is having a fire break. Right now, there's no real means of doing it. I mean, short of taking the excavator and just shooting a hole through. But it's like, that's, shooting a riverbed through. That's not really ideal. And a fire break would not be unreasonable. A hydroelectric dam, well, not necessarily a hydroelectric dam, but a dam nonetheless. I was like, I can put beavers in. It would be neat if I could put in a dam that would then flood an area. So it's, much more just the rivers in there. And it's like, putting in dam, I mean, if you're trying to recover some stuff, some of the ecology here, a dam can help. A lot of people associate dams as only being negative things to the environment, but no, in many cases, they can also be very good. But you do need to be strategic in placing to make sure that, it is somewhere that, yeah, the animals need the water too. It's just one of those, and that actually would be a perfect kind of thing for this, where it's like, it is complex about what is ideal to do there, and yet they don't offer that. And I guess part of that is because they don't want you leaving any remnant, and technically the dam would have to be left. Although potentially that could be just terraforming kind of stuff, where it's like, you put it in there, but then you replace it with dirt, with wood, with stone. I mean, make it a more natural thing. I mean, but then it's also, what all does that open up the potential to? Well, that would allow you'd actually need to go much more vertical. You'd probably need more terraforming tools. I mean, it's like, there's potential here, but I'm not feeling like it's tapped in the most approachable of ways, the whole layers of complexity stuff. And it just, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go with a 1. a fail to recommend, but it has potential. And I genuinely believe, and I do hope, they do achieve it. Because, I mean, it's like, I know I'm just repeating myself and rambling. Larger map sizes, sandbox-ish mode. I could see those two things actually being enough to push it up to a 2, if you know, that's properly tied in with procedural generation. Because then it's like, okay, it's more, I'm just playing around in here figuring out how to do this. Because they say it's a strategy game. A procedurally generated strategy game can actually be a lot of fun. But it's just this, it feels so constrained, and the complexity is stifling at times as well. So it's, yeah. And it's also, I was like, the one I just did is relatively simple. The first region, and then that alternate that I started this video with. That I think I got lucky on to a degree. In this specific placement. The previous part, though, with the tundra, that, see, now that once remembering that, oh, I could melt the snow just by raising the temperature, it's like, oh yeah, once we realized that was nice, because that was a puzzle. It also had the complexity issues, the layers of complexity that complicated things. Hence, part of the reason why I had to do it so many times before I finally succeeded. And also, like, I don't necessarily think about, yeah, I can freeze the water and then build stuff on there. It occurred to me, but it's like, I don't necessarily think that versus a sandbar. Sandbar is kind of obvious. You can build on that. Ice, not so much. So, and that's the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, there's that layer of complexity there that, oh, you need to do the ice. It's like, I don't necessarily know to think about that. Because there's that complexity along with the lichen, along with the, is it a kelp garden? That you also have to make from that? Whatever it is, we have to transport that. Have to have the I don't remember the name of it, but the arboretum thing. No, not the arboretum thing. That's the forest. But the other one, it's like, I have to balance all that. That has, you know, the thing that has to be up on a high level. The arboretum has to be built on ash. I mean, it's like, there's so many layers there. And it's like, oh yeah, you can build on ice. Why would I think that? Also, it wouldn't be unreasonable if there were a floating device, floating structure that cleaned up the ocean, cleaned up the water. Oh wait, well, there is, but that has a limit, and it's only on the one map, the one region. I mean, it's like, why are you doing this? It's stuff like that I feel hurts the game. Because it's like, oh yeah, this would be a great tool to have. Why do I not have it here? Or, hey, why don't we have this tool? Oh, we do have it. It's just not where I want it to be. And it's stuff like that. Also, technically with the dredging, because I'm also just thinking with the one thing for scrubbing the water, you need to do the lagoon, and you need to, like, you know, cut things up, because those only have a limited amount of size, limited scale that they can do, which, by the way, isn't told to you. In case you didn't know that, it never told me what that maximum size was. It was just yes or no. But if you think realistically, for one thing, if you can dredge, you could do, like, you don't need to just throw it somewhere. You could make a wall so that you're forming the lagoon. You also could just put down more than one of those. Like, realistically, if you put one down, it would clean its area. It wouldn't clean everything, though, because toxins are coming in. But you put down another one, and it's like, you could do that. So you could cover a much larger area with multiple of them. The fact you can't is weird. That's what's kind of weird. And it's like, that's what I mean by, you have this complexity that, oh, it has to be a lagoon. It's like, why? That one is I just don't know why. It's not let's pierce through it somehow. With the piercing through it would be, okay, you also have that with dredging, so you can, but you can do precise dredging. Well, not precise dredging. You can precisely put the soil where you want it, so that we can make lagoons to the size you want. That would be more so the piercing the complexity there. Because now it's like, it is actually more complex, because now it's a second machine you have to use, but they work together perfectly. And it's like, yes, that you'd think it goes together, and that's how you use it. So it makes it more approachable, even though it is actually more complex. It's stuff like that that I wish the game had more of. Okay, I've certainly blathered on for long enough. I'm just, it's going to be a weird review to write, because I need to try to capture that sentiment that the solutions are not as elegant, I guess would be one way to put it. They're through layers of complexity, they lack elegance, and that does hurt the fun, in addition to the other stuff. So it's, yeah. See you next time, which, yeah, there will be next time, because I figure if I'm going to play more for writing, I'm going to be recording it, and I'll probably try to get 100% of those two and see what happens. Maybe something does happen, maybe it doesn't. We'll find out. See you then.